Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Rob, and today we're going to be talking about my 2022 Toyota Tacoma. Namely, what are the top 5 things that I've done to it so far that honestly I really enjoy about it? Now, if you did not know, I've had my Tacoma for about 3 years by now. I have about 24,000 miles on it. Has been in one accident, was repaired thankfully, but it's been a pretty reliable vehicle. And I have done a few things to make it my own. And I kind of just want to talk about, what were the favorite things I've added to it. So let's jump into it. Number one, that would have to be the Morimoto fog lights that I have on it. They just look so freaking cool. I love them. Now, these are some really nice switchbacks where I can go from white to yellow lights, on a whim. I do leave them on yellow because I also do have yellow Laminex covers on them. They do both double duty of protecting the fog lights from scratches and also it makes them have a really cool yellow look when they're off, as well as sort of further deepening that yellow light that emits from them. Now they look really good. The output is phenomenal. Morimoto again, they made another solid product. Definitely do recommend them. I will put 2 links below. One is to the switchbacks that go yellow and white, and one link is to what they have on Amazon, which is the exact same fog lights, but only in white. Now in white, they actually still look pretty good, so I know that some people do prefer only buying stuff off Amazon, so I just want to put that down below. But yeah, definitely loved the Morimoto fogs, definitely improved the look of the Tacoma and the functionality of them at night. I'm going to sound like a broken record because I always love to talk about this part of any vehicle, and that is the dash cam I added to it. Now, you always want to have a dash cam on any vehicle you own, and that's why it will always be one of my favorite parts of any vehicle I own because it's the security it gives you. I have a Rexing V1 on mine linked down below, and with that Rexing, I'm able to record in really nice sharp 1080p right in front of me at 60 frames per second. It can do 4K, but I'd prefer 1080p for the 60 frames, and because then I can store a bit more on the memory card. It also has a really nice feature where when the vehicle is off, it will also essentially record in a sort of time-lapse manner, whatever is going on in front of the truck where I have it pointed. Rexing does have some options that also records from the back, but I'm okay with just having it recording from the front. I always recommend people to put a dash cam on your vehicle because you never know what's going to happen and you want to be able to catch it. So for the next item, we're going to have a little bit of fun. So these are the high flying sequential turn signals. These do go in place of the stock ones on the side mirrors. The stock ones are pretty meh, but these ones are pretty cool. So they're smoked first off, which to me is a really nice thing because to me smoke goes really well with lunar rock, and they're sequential LEDs. So they do have a pretty nice little effect when I do have the turn signals on. They are also pretty good and bright too. If you were to watch my install video, I do some comparisons and you can see that they're definitely brighter than the stock turn signals. They are also priced rather reasonably, so I do recommend this to anybody who has a new Tacoma and they want to add something to it. Definitely look into it. Install is super easy as well. Again, that's on the video. So again, these are the high flying sequential LED signals. And if you want to look into them, link is below. I do have a variety of options as well to look into. This next item, this is definitely kind of controversial. Depends on how much you really care about your vehicle's paint and that kind of stuff. That is the paint protection film. So I have paint protection film. Some people may just call this a clear bra on the front of my Tacoma as well as on the roof because I feel like the roofs of vehicles get the most of the beatings, whether it's from the sun or things falling on top of it from trees up above, whatever. The roof of a vehicle to me is always the part that always fades off first, so I figured let's protect it. So I have the film on the roof, again, the front end, the front fenders, the mirror caps for the side mirror caps, and also I have them, running halfway up the front columns just for some further rock and branch protection. I really enjoy, going off-road and that kind of stuff. So it's just always a good idea to have a little bit more protection on the front end because that's essentially what's always going, head first into the brush and that kind of stuff. Also just for occasional rock chips and this other random mishaps, for example, about a year ago, I was up at we essentially open land for target shooting. While we were up there, my canopy ended up blowing over due to the wind and it blew right on top of my Tacoma. Now, Luckily, the PPF actually took all of the scratches that the canopy did to it. So for that, it saved it. You know, both the hood and the front bumper, the canopy essentially rolled on top of, but the PPF protected it. So that was cool. You know, about, let's see, I'd say it's been a bit more than a year by now. My Tacoma was in an accident, and it was actually kind of interesting because, you know, while the Tacoma did hit a pole, and the pole, of course, it broke the bumper, it caved it in pretty well, the paint was still intact. Like where the PPF peeled off, the paint was good. So for me, that also kind of reinforced just how strong it is and how effective it is at protecting the vehicles. So whatever vehicle you have, Tacoma or not, I'd recommend looking at the PPF for it. Last item that I really liked on my Tacoma is probably the bed cover that I installed on it. So I have a Lomax bed cover on it. It's pretty nice. It's essentially a tri-folding hardcover. Now it's been over 2 years and it still looks brand new. You know, it has a nice finish over it. You know, that can definitely take a bit of a beating. And it's just so nice being able to have the bed covered, both from a security aspect and just because now I know people won't be throwing random stuff in my bed. You know, the first week I had at Tacoma, I had it parked outside and I didn't have a cover on it yet. And I went out and somebody threw their Coke can in the bed. Like, what the heck was that about? So it was nice to have a way to keep people from throwing stuff in there. And again, a security aspect. You know, every now and then I'm, you know, carrying things that I don't want people to see, especially if I have to go to another store or two after. So it's nice to be able to have it covered and have it protected. Also, it does provide a certain amount of weatherproofing as well. So when we go out traveling, usually we throw our luggage in the bed, and I've driven through the snow and those kind of things, and everything in the bed has stayed nice and dry. Definitely is always recommended. Now you don't have to spend as much money as I did on the Lomax. There are plenty of other brands. I did a nice review video also on an Redro, you know, bed cover, and that one is pretty awesome also. You know, it's also was a pretty solid one that has been holding up pretty well on the truck it was installed on. You know, I did go ahead and I just put an Amazon link to all the different bed covers, but again, Lomax and Oedro, those are the two that I've used, and they've been pretty phenomenal. And those are the top items I've installed on my Tacoma that I really like, you guys. You know, please let me know what you guys think. I do use my videos as an open discussion. What do you guys think? Is there anything you guys installed in your Tacoma that you really recommend that other people should install on theirs? Anything you don't recommend? Guys, let me know down below. With that, this is Rob, and have a good one.